everybody, welcome! My name is Ryan, and on this very fresh and new and relatively unplayed game that is Civ 6, I know, what is this so new? I had a request come in that I just couldn't ignore. Now as a YouTuber, I have the great pleasure of knowing quite a few modders from the Civ 6 community, and generally speaking, they're all incredibly intelligent and wonderful people who can produce things that are so far more advanced than anything I could ever create. It's just like night and day. The stuff they come up with is brilliant. And one of them, good friend of the channel, Strudeler, well, Strudeler asked me to take a look at one of the mods that they've created recently, Gallienus of Rome, because as you can see, some of these abilities, well, they're going to make this a very unique game indeed. As usual, Discord is the place to go if you want any of the mods that I use in these videos, as well as any of the user interface mods, all the save files and all the likey, but this is the mod I'm using for this leader. Now, why was I so excited to try this alternative Roman leader? Well, the way they play is very, very different. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a unique horseman as well as our legion in Bath. We are taking over an emperor who basically spent his entire reign fighting people. Struggle for the empire. We cannot build campuses or theatre squares, and we cannot recruit scientists, writers, artists, or musicians. All of the usual ways of earning science and culture are forbidden. Instead, defeating enemy units grants science and culture equal to 50% of the enemy combat strength, doubled if the enemy unit is from a previous era. Yes, we are encouraged to stomp on the weak. In addition, producing a military unit grants science and culture equal to 20% of its cost. We are forced to engage in Ursa's favorite game, Perma-War. So, ladies and gentlemen, can we bring the Roman Empire to greatness without being able to put down a single campus or theatre square? Can we stay ahead technologically just by raising armies and using them to destroy our foes? Standard speed, deity difficulty, no game modes, no other mods, Pangea map, these details, although you don't need these because you're going to get the save file from Discord like good people. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get started. But before we get started today, this is Ursa. Ursa was expelled from Oxford University's Civ 6 program. Sad, alone, scared, Ursa made his way to the fabled Promised Land, the University of Sancor. But unfortunately, the vampire Lord Sucklington refused to let Ursa attend without 50,000 signatures on his application to enroll. So Ursa travelled. Whilst looking for subscribers, Ursa was trapped by crabs, and the evil Crustus the Enraged. All seemed lost. Ursa would go no further. He had failed. But then, to the east, they arrived. The early bears. Freeing Ursa from crabtivity, the early horde marched straight to the University of Sancor, screeching, "Huzzah!" at the doors till Lord Sucklington had no option but to let Ursa in. He had done it. With the early bears' help, he had enrolled. Thank you, everyone. You really do make dreams come true. Now all Ursa has to do is pass his first year, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Right? Turn 1, and looking at this start, well, it's a little bit unusual. We have only 3 yield tiles around us in the sources of wheat. This wood, there's a marsh. I guess the maize does technically count as a 4 yield tile. And there is sugar over in that direction. However, we are on top of a hill, and where we are currently, well, a watermill would make this start incredibly good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 resources that will gain +1 food. So Rome in the long run will be very, very fun here. Plus, settling on a plains hill is generally a very good idea. I'm going to move my warrior along just in the hope that we find something. Oh look, there's a mountain for a campus. No, we cannot build campuses. It's even gone from writing, and as you can see, theatre squares as well. Exactly the same problem. Can't recruit, can't recruit, can't recruit, can't recruit. I think the strategy of this game is going to be settle in place and focus in. In fact, let's just settle in place quickly. I could go over to the right, I think, to go and settle next to this sugar, but I think it's okay. We'll settle in place for now. Rome, the grand pink city with a little bit of green. What a wonderfully clashing color scheme. I love it. I'm not going to go for a religion today. We're going to go full war, and I'm going to use slightly different strategies to what I would normally do, which is to focus on building encampments and commercial hubs. Not usually something I do. Then we'll round that out with industrial zones. So we really are focusing on golden production. Everything else will have to take a back seat. Let's unlock animal husbandry, and then we'll go through to bronze working and see if we can pick up iron. That will tell us whether or not our unique horseman, which is the same strength as a regular horseman, but takes a little bit less in the way of source of horse, but it also gains a science and culture when we build it, and is better at flanking, so you want lots of them. That'll tell us which way we want to go. I'm also going to start building scouts. Now, scouts are worth 30 production, which means when I finish it, I should get 6 science and 6 culture. I think a scout counts as a military unit, doesn't it? Pretty sure. Anyway, 6 is 3 turns worth of tech and civic. It's not bad. Looks like we have a city-state directly below us, and it has been met by somebody already, which is very unfortunate because that 2 gold per turn would have given me 40% extra gold. Never mind. It is a terrible city-state. I don't mean to be too judgmental here, but in terms of conquering targets, it's in a desert with no resources. I don't know if I want this. We can come back though. If we can get some legion and some horsemen together, I think we can probably use Bandar Brunei as a really good way of grinding some early science and culture from kills. So maybe we'll go for a map. The scout has found us and then run off. Never mind that. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, 40 gold. Handy. We'll save that for later. Yerevan again has been found. Somebody is really quite close to us. I would say probably, given where these city-states are, directly to the south. Oh, okay. That Barb is just staying put and will allow itself to get killed. And bam, look at that. Right. So that's quite interesting. So we just got a kill on a scout, which was worth 10 strength, 50% of that. So we got 5 science and 5 culture from killing the scout. And then we also got 6 culture and 6 science from, finishing the scout in the first place. This just shows you how important it's going to be making an early game military. And in terms of source of horse, there is one over to my left. That is very good to know. No decent spawn points though in terms of where I can settle. I'm going to have to go and travel up this way of the river. Yerevan is much more conquerable, and a faith city-state. I'm not going to bother with religion today. Not going to happen. So I think building up an army for this one is the better thing to do than going for endless scout rush. So let's go for a slinger instead. I will slinger into archer. Oh, another Barb scout. Look at that. Terrible. Discipline, God King, and let's move the scout along the river to see if we can go and settle somewhere. It looks like already there's a settling point on this sugar, which would be very good indeed. Another 40 gold from a tribal village. I will hold on to that actually, because we could get another slinger out and then use all of this gold for 2 archers. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go find the Barb camp. Let's make Caesar happy of us. Go and kill all of these Barbs. The Barbs themselves are worth a lot of science and culture, so we don't want to ignore them. There is the camp. Here is a tribal village, and that gives us another recon, and I'm going to go and send down in this direction. Wow, loads and loads of tribal villages. I very rarely actually get this many. So the scout got hit, my warrior got hit, but the warrior can tank the hits where it is. The scout, not so much. You run off. We'll send reinforcements up there as soon as we can. Given the lack of freshwater here, until we unlock the bath, which is our unique district, it's half the cost of an aqueduct and gives me an extra housing and immunity. Well, until we unlock that, there's not much in the way of settling locations. There's kind of a bit to the right of Yerevan. There's a bit over to the left here with some dyes. Oh, and some tea. Actually, that's not a bad settling location either. Keep an eye on that one. There may be places after all. Oh, they're just going to attack me on that hill. That's fine. The scout, you bring the enemies back to Rome. I can use the slinger. Silk, marble. Okay, there are good settling locations here. That's good. That's good to know. Okay, the warrior is being surrounded, but we just got 10 science and 10 culture from that kill. Amazing. This is brilliant. Just keep building slingers. I think that's what I'm going to do. Warrior took a couple more hits, but that's a Barb slinger, and I don't want to engage that if I can help it. So we'll go battle crab by pulling back, stop them from being able to attack me. Like the cheeky sausages they are, we shall use the terrain to our advantage. Slinger, hide in the woods for no reason whatsoever. Yes, the terrain. Aztec. Oh, very aggressive. Good. They like to spam units out, and we want to see lots of units. They are the people directly to the south. These eagle warriors are tough, but they will not stand up to Legion. And actually, I'll get double science and culture from them once I tech above them. So there's something quite good about having them, actually. Right, too many Barbs approaching at once. We are going to fall back to the safe haven of Rome. I'm going to use this wood and this river crossing, and hopefully we can hold the Barbs off there whilst I continue to explore. The Letter and Bologna. Both of these are thirst meats. Wow, there's a lot of city-state for us to kill. If we can tech up towards Legion or our unique horseman, which actually I do want to do pretty soon if I can get a source of horse going. There is some horse over there. That'd be good to kill all of these city-states. Actually, the Bath as well would be good. Bologna, science city-state. It's not going to be very useful for me. I'm going to have no campuses. Oh, the Fountain of Youth. Aztec has Fountain of Youth. That's unfortunate. Craftsman, bam. Did you see that? Another boost of science and culture. Oh, I really want to put a Gogi in here, but I think I'm kind of still using the combat strength, so we'll hold off for a second. Let's make sure my army is more powerful, although making more units would be really handy. Do we just go for the mass spam here? No, not whilst I've got slingers. Once I can upgrade them to archers, I'll feel a little bit more secure. Now, hopefully they'll kill themselves on the slinger. They didn't. That's unfortunate. I was going to get the slinger boost, but there's the archery boost. We got it anyway. The scout actually can lure an attack over the river. That would be pretty handy if we could pull that off. Maybe we'll get a little bit more lucky with our iron spawn. Fingers crossed, eh? Are you going to give me loads of iron? There's some down there. Oh no. Civ, we need to iron out our differences here, because I feel like you're horsing around. Look, there's some iron under this Aztec city. Well, there you go. We've got to go and get that pretty soon, haven't we? Right, there's a source of horse and a source of iron in that direction. There is no fresh water over here whatsoever, but we have to go and claim both of those sources, otherwise we're not going to do anything this game. Such a terrible city. It's going to be such a terrible city, but we need it. We need it desperately. Let's unlock archery, get that done as soon as possible. Yeah, we'll go for the settler. This is a good enough army just to hold off the opponent for a little bit. 1 attack, 2 attack. There's foreign trade. Slinger will probably get tempted to move in here, but that's fine. We'll take it out nonetheless. Yep, they moved in. They could not help themselves. Warrior comes in. 1 attack, slinger kill, 2 attacks. And again, a little bit of extra science, a little bit of extra culture. Not much this time, only 2 and 2. Slingers are the worst kills for us. Don't worry, Yerevan, Bologna, these will be better kills. Once I go for archery, we're going to then go for masonry to get battering rams as quickly as we can. Yep, attack the scout. Yeah, why not? That's definitely the high priority target here. Archery, boosted. And our first upgrade. This will help us to kill the Barb camp, and then we'll turn the army round and attack Yerevan. Tribal village, irrigation boosted. Got so many farms around me. That's not what I wanted to see at all. Never mind, my archers can let loose upon these scouts in fury. Where are you going to run now? Oh, someone's building wonders. The Great Bath. Oh, okay, they're approaching me rapidly. Pull back the reinforcements. We'll approach en masse. It'll be fine. We have more in common than not. They are doing that sort of thing where they're complimenting me on the fact that I have no luxuries. It's like, come on, back off a bit. Trying my best, okay? I'm trying. 1 attack, 2 attacks. Bring the warrior forward. Okay, Barbs, you are going to expend your entire force fighting me here, and I don't mind that at all. You're going to attack my archer, are you? You're going to attack my archer, are you? Bam. And bam. 12 science that time. Oh, that's a big hit. Okay, my settler is finished. It's a terrible location, but I need it for the horse and the iron. We really do. Let's come off masonry quickly. Am I going to build a quarry? I could build a quarry. I probably should. Let's use the boost. So we need the boost as much as we can. Then we'll get wheel to mine a resource. Early empire we should be getting as well. State workforce. And bam. Thank you very much, Barbs. Very much appreciate the donation of gold. I'll bring my archers down, and maybe we can start waging war on a city-state of choice. Oh, I was too late to go and nick this Barb camp, or was I? Maybe my scout can actually nip in here. Oh, they are just moving off it. No, zone of control. Oh, that's so annoying. Aztec are going to steal it. Never mind. I mean, I say steal. Aztec did all the work there. Like, it would very much be me stealing it. I must make that very clear. I cannot take credit for that at all. Aztec really want to be my friend. Oh, they've actually allied themselves with Yerevan here. That's going to be unfortunate for you. Tech-wise, I'm on 4 techs versus Aztec's 5. So we're actually keeping up with the Deity AI at the beginning of the game, just by doing a little bit of fighting here, which is good. Another 5 science, 5 culture. It's just a little bits. Everyone needs to be scrapping all the time. There's a Barb warrior here. Again, if we can just nick the kill quickly, like so, it's another 10 science and 10 culture. It adds up. And we're going to go for, bam, second city. The road is built. The city itself, as I mentioned before, is totally useless, but it'll have to do. The Dutch are to the left of me. Sample your hospitality. Amsterdam's there. Okay, so I don't think I could have actually settled on that die even if I wanted to, but we can hold this pass. If we can funnel them into attacking us one by one, maybe, if we're lucky. Actually, let's go mysticism quickly, because I'm just about to get Valletta, and I can levy them for 200 gold, and that'll be a bunch of warriors. I mean, I can save save my production for actual districts, which I haven't built any of yet. Yes, I like that idea. Right, what shall we unlock? There's no point going for scientist, prophets, and writer points. That would be entirely pointless. Holy sites get adjacency from desert. It's a little bit tempting, but we did say we were going to go no holy sites this game. Let's stick to that. Production and faith from strategics. That would help me to unlock the potential of the horse and the iron really quickly. God of the Forge, though, lets me just produce troops even faster, especially once we get our first government. But fertility rights will give us a 3 builder, and that will really accelerate our growth. God of the Forge, though, is ancient and classical military units. That's both my uniques. I rarely get this one. The AI always goes for this one, so we'll pick it this time, just to be a little bit different. One thing I could do now is declare war on Bandar Brunei. It's a useless city-state, but their warriors are scattered around, and I could just start picking them off with my archers, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, I could do some severe damage to them. Let's do that. Declare war on Bandar Brunei. Kill all of the units. We didn't have any envoys with them. We don't need to worry about that too much. This is just going to be a really good way, grinding experience on our units and also a little bit of extra science and culture. Another warrior I think I can just poach off there. It's left itself a little bit weak. My archer can take a hit or two. It's fine, as actually can my scout if I leave it on the wood. Yep, it can tank a hit and leave that warrior with a little bit less health, which is great because now my archers can come through and go 1, 2 hits like that. And there's mysticism and pottery. And mysticism has given me the envoy needed to claim the letter, which gives me some era score, and I will levy all of their warriors. Like so, mercenaries boosted already. Now we've got a pretty decent force. I might use these warriors to mop up Bologna's warriors. Kills are worth a lot more than building units, I think, at this moment, but that could change. Urban planning, that's 25% extra on top of that 1 production. It makes a little bit of a difference, and then Agogi helps with that even more. So maybe spamming units out is the play, but I kind of want an encampment so I can start earning general points really quickly. I did say I was going to commit to using these as much as possible. I realized by putting Kime here, we've made it even worse because there's no possible aqueduct spot. It truly is the worst city. The only reason I'm building this is for the horse and the iron. I don't have anywhere for the encampment to go right now, so just produce it for a second and we'll pick up military tradition. That'll actually give me some flanking bonuses. Yay for flanking bonuses. Masonry boosted with a quarry. It's a really rubbish tile, but I got it for the battering ram. Archer into battering ram. Now then we can start taking down city states. I think Yerevan is a take I would like to keep. So I actually got to pull my units back around now, get into a place where we can take down their warriors. Aztec are really producing a lot of eagle warriors, which I always find very worrying. I'm hoping they don't decide to attack me too early on here. If they do, we might have a little bit of a problem. If their units are moving quite worryingly close to me, I actually do need to declare war on Yerevan here. We need to thin out these troops. Let's do it, because if Aztec does declare war on me, what is going to happen is that all of these warriors will charge into me kind of at the same time, and I really, really don't want to be doing that. That's just bad news for everyone involved. Attack, attack, attack. There's military tradition. Let's go to state workforce now. Oh, that's an unescorted settler. Now, this would be a really bad move because Aztec is significantly stronger than me. We're too early. We're way too early for this sort of war. Could I do any pillaging? You know, I could actually do some pillaging with the scout if I went in now. You know what? Sod it. I'm doing it. This is a bad move. This is a really, really bad move, but maybe we can just claim this settler. Oh, there is an archer there. That's not good. We can claim the settler, move on, and go and find a source of horse, like over here. Settle on top of that silk and then get the horse. Yeah, that's not bad. Then there's another source of iron over there as well. We'll see if we can survive this. There's a good chance they'll use their warrior here to kill my archer. The levied troops I'm not so worried about. Oh, no, it tanked the hit. It tanked the hit. That's fine. Everyone's denouncing me. No trade in this game. That feels quite appropriate, though, to be fair. Let's run into the jungle. Let's hide. All of my units, just make your way onto defensive terrain. We will use the terrain to our advantage. Start peppering these warriors with arrows. Yeah, sure, they're strong, but we're strong as well. We are Rome. Also, one source of horse. Here's the pasture. England. Hello! Visit our nearby city. You're probably not going to like all this warring that I'm doing, but don't worry about the specifics of it too much. In fact, actually, have you met anybody? Would you like to join in with any of these wars? No, I didn't think so. What about my diplo favor? No, I'm going to lose this diplo favor pretty soon, to be fair. Probably not worth a whole lot. Arrowstorm Archer. I think we're going to need help in this constant war. We're going to need help from the fabulous channel supporters. I like to name my prized elite units after the people that support me on Coffee and Patreon. Patreon because you are massively supporting the channel and it's always hugely appreciated. So, our first double promoted archer. Welcome, Widget. There's a lot of shooting to do. I hope you're up for the job. I'm going to need you to be up for the job. How much is an Eagle Warrior? Yeah, 14 science and culture. That's a big chunk. And on top of that, I've got a scout down here that can pillage a campus for all of the rest of it. So there is horseback riding. We are now technically in the classical era. Maybe I should have done that in the other direction. I don't know if we're going to be able to settle around here. I'm going to have to somehow get the settler to safety with all of these Eagle Warriors around, and that could be problematic and difficult. Maybe I should just go and cut my losses and go for some luxuries like the marble, silk. No, it's a spare unit. Let's try and move to safety. All of these warriors just stick to rough terrain. The warriors can't follow you there. Everyone, it's just I love this one. God may forgive you, but I never can. I am Elizabeth. I am beyond forgiveness. I am beyond God. This warrior is just tanking so many hits on this defendable terrain. I'm actually hoping that I might be able to slip the settler out from the valiant sacrifice of that unit. These archers are also taking up positions on defendable terrain. The idea is that the Eagle Warriors will breach through these forests and the archers will be able to just pepper the front line with attacks, and it'll be good. Oh, England have actually levied Bandar Brunei, which is wonderful. I'm not actually fighting England, so I don't need to worry about these warriors anymore. We can go and improve that iron. Nice. Well, that just works out well. Is Aztec still getting NE scientist points? No. I think I might have killed their only campus there. Never mind. If we get some faith, I can actually use the letter. So I'm going to make my way over to this marble and see if we can get to that. Yeah, goodbye, warrior. Don't worry. These are all levied units. We don't care for them too much. Oh, okay. An Eagle Warrior is approached from this side. That is fine. We don't mind that at all. I actually have enough strength already. Widget leading the attack. 1, 2, and not quite. I want to level up my scouts. We're going to actually get the scout kill. 14 science, 14 culture. Okay, so when it said double to the enemy units from a previous era, I was hoping, but by going into the classical era on tech, I would count as being as part of that era. But maybe 4 turns, the game will move on and it'll work like that. I don't really know how the specifics of that are going to work. Hold this area. We'll find that out in a second. There's wheel and iron working. Amazing. We've got a source of horse and a source of iron. Aztec have Etmananki, actually. That could be a really important source of science for us if we can claim it, which I'm going to try to. Yep, here we go. The trap seems to have worked. The Aztec warriors are emerging from the woods one by one. All I'm going to do is hold a line that is just out of range of their movement, and then hopefully they'll move towards me and get hit a lot. If not, we can bait them. There's a second troop, by the way, alongside Widget. We have Tickle. We will have more troops. I'm going to make as many as I can. This is going to be an industrious nation. Yep, they couldn't help it. They moved towards me. Men, release hell. Oh, we're leveling up our archers so nicely. We're getting so much science, so much culture. Again, I don't know how we're keeping up with people. We're 2 techs behind Aztec right now. We're going to just need to stay at war the entire game. Like, this is the only way we're going to keep up with people. I think we're going to roleplay fully. Instead of going Pangala today, we're going to go for a slightly different choice in Victor. We're going to get promoted units as soon as we can. My battering ram is finished, though. I'm just saving up gold. I don't have any spaces in my capital that I can physically build the encampment, apart from getting rid of some really good tiles, which I don't really want to do. Might just have to manually build a monument here, or use Valletta. No, well, just use Valletta, Asa. Come on. Right, Agogi is useful. However, maneuver is even more useful when I'm building my unique horseman. Again, a little bit of science and culture when I make it. It gets more flanking bonus, and it should mean that we go into a golden age in the medieval era, hopefully. Another governor, garrison commander, +5 combat strength if I'm fighting in my own territory. I get the feeling that may come in quite handy. All right, just tickle that unit once again, and I think we can do another attack. There are more Eagle Warriors here. Got to be careful that we don't get caught out. But bam, iron working is finished. As soon as we have enough iron, which is 10 per legion, we can start upgrading my warriors now, or making new ones. My lord, we're going to need a lot of gold per turn on this run. Maybe Bandar Brunei would have been really good to be friends with, eh? Anyway, we've made peace with them now. Oh, I can generate some gold by working that maze, and then the city will work that. That's worth 2 troops, that gold. So it's very, very good. Actually, maintenance on Legion. It's worth 1 troop. What's the maintenance on my unique horseman? 2 gold as well. Oh, yeah. No, we need to do a lot of pillaging here. Speaking of, hello, this is your marble. It's mine now. How much do I need for a watermill? 160. Oh, that feels like too much. Never mind. Next up, catapults. So the warriors I've got can tank a hit or two, but these Aztec warriors are, of course, incredibly tough. Golden Age for the Aztecs. That'll make loyalty a little bit harder to come by, but Free Inquiry, combined with all the warring we're doing, I'm hoping we should be able to hit a Golden Age pretty easily next era. Archer Strike from Widget, Archer Strike from Tickle, Fortify from that troop, pull back. Again, it's just the endless cycling of units, and I've decided to pull my settler back a little further because I didn't think I'd keep the city if it was here. Instead, we're pulling back to this oasis because the iron, the horse, we can get all of it from just this spot, and there's some marble there as well. So this is actually not a bad city. Certainly better than Cume. Not that that's really saying much. There you go, tiny bit more gold now. Excellent. Let's go and unlock this other source of iron as fast as possible. What we really need to do is pillage a mine or two. That's how we can get the gold. Yerevan are just feeding troops over and over into the meat grinder though. That's lovely. 10 science, 10 culture. Still doesn't count like we are an era ahead. Maybe I've got to if I get my culture to political philosophy, maybe that will work. I don't know. I'm guessing really. Aztec got the first religion, by the way. They got feed the world. I can steal feed the world. It's a very Roman thing, isn't it? Just like finding someone else's religion and just borrowing it for myself. Here's an archer as well. Aztec, only have 25 strength of troops. So they have an archer and a scout and that's it. We have literally rinsed the rest of their troops. That's quite sad actually. Oh, we need you to have more Aztec. We really truly do. Don't feel like you can stop moving now. We need you to keep going. Scout says, I'll have this holy site though. Bam. Another chunk of faith. Soon we'll have more things that we can build in Rome. Oh, Yerevan's unleashing its entire army on me now. Luckily, I have horses and political philosophy, which means that I can go for oligarchy for more unit experience, more strength on my combat troops, my melee, anti-cavalry, and naval units, and most importantly as well, another military policy. We can get all the sorts in, like conscription for more gold, agoge for more legion, maneuver for more horse. Actually, would you want strategos? Probably want strategos, don't we? Let's keep maneuver in. No, do agoge because we're actually going to have more iron coming in. Let's get the general points in. This is good. I feel better about getting some great general points because they work with legion and they're so powerful. But here's my horseman. Looks really cool. It's like legion on horseback. We just need to get endless flanking with them. Just never stop flanking ever. Up to military training now. Let's see how quickly Aztec throw more troops out. That is interesting. That could, a deal like that, give me more gold to upgrade my troops. I could still attack someone like Yerevan, Bandar Brunei and Bologna, and I could just come back to Aztec. The Aztec are currently with 10 strength units or cities and no army because I've killed it all. So no, I won't go through that piece, but it is tempting. It is tempting to go through the piece, but I won't. Here you go, 8 flanking bonus because I should have 4 with my troops, but it's doubled and wha-bam. Oh yeah, and let's start to get my rest of my units ready to march forward. Oh, that's a settler. Interesting. 9 fertilized tiles, 1 damaged tile. Oh, my farm's been destroyed, but it was fertilized, so it's just traded the food for the production. That's okay. Tickle that unit for me. Thank you so much. Moving in. Yerevan has such a huge population compared to the Aztec cities. 11 pop in the entirety of the Aztec kingdom. 7 of it over in Yerevan. Yes, please. I will use all this to my advantage. Is that some more pillaging that I can do as well? Another 54 faith. More Maestet Watermill now. Though I could get ancient walls and finish catapult quickly. I think I'll just save that in mind for a little bit. Okay, horsemen. Aztec have built a horseman. That makes their city stronger, which is annoying, and it means I can't just pillage them and get away with it. I might have to retreat for a second. Second source of iron. Amazing. The horse is gone. To where? I'm not sure. Somewhere else. Don't complain. Yerevan is now sieged and ready to be attacked by my hordes. In everybody comes. Yes. Let's take a few turns, but I think we should be able to get in here pretty easily. Pillage again. 209. There we go. Now Rome can get the watermill in. Look at that. So much more yield everywhere now. Rome will grow. It'll be a thriving metropolitan city. My archers can continue to grind some experience upon the city, which is always very welcome. Next turn, I believe we'll be able to knock the walls down and look to take the city. Who else could create the legion? Who could possibly resist it? Nobody, I say. Nobody. We actually built 2 just behind the scenes. They're going to be able to wade in and do some terrific damage. Aztec. Aztec could just keep building wonders for me. There's the Great Bath there as well. Feed the world, Great Bath, Etamananki. You don't have to be building all of this for me, but equally, I will accept your gifts. 1, 2, 3. Maximizing the amount of experience that all of my troops can get here. Everyone level up as much as you can. Yerevan is taken. And most importantly, it's loyal, which is unbelievable, but sure. So this may trigger an emergency, but honestly, I'm not trading with anybody. I'm not fighting anybody. I don't want to be fighting. This is fine. This is fine for me. My unique unit, of course, counts as a heavy cavalry unit. So it has not the depredation tree, which is a little bit of a shame. I don't mind that, but it's a little bit of a shame. Let's go for marauding so that I can use it to actually take cities over. Probably not the best upgrade, not the most optimized, but it's the one that I think I need right now. There's a spearman. That's kind of annoyingly done. Spearman will, of course, stop my unique horseman, but we'll run them in anyway. I think we should have decent luck. See how Aztec respond. Keeping troops in their cities. I don't think they've unlocked masonry just yet, but they are the tech leaders. We're joint on with them. Amazing. That's really cool to see. Well, we can pillage there, pillage here. Got ourselves a bunch of extra faith. And Yerevan, please can you make ancient walls for me, which gives me engineering, and now I can build catapults. I love that. A fortified scout can really just stop a spearman in its tracks. They sleep on how powerful scouts can be in combat. They're just really annoying to kill. It's kind of the main thing, really. Here come the Legion, though. Oh, can't resist the Legion for too long. It's a nice trade route to Amsterdam. Might actually be able to convince Wilhelmina that she likes us. I know, it sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? Let's go for crossbows now. I've got a couple of named units that are just brilliant leveled up archers. And actually, I'm looking at the Fountain of Youth. I probably should spend a little bit of time making sure that all of my units get the Fountain of Youth benefit, because it's really good. Oh, a city state is declared on me. Venice. There's another one hidden there. Dear oh dear, we can't be having that. In comes the Legion. Bam. Oh, that's a big old attack. And then 2, 3, Thor, city taken. Drama and poetry boosted. Etamananki gained -22 loyalty. Huzzah! Victor, you're gonna have to come in and help me here. That's a very, very large amount of loyalty to try and defeat. But the Aztec capital's here, and this is looking a lot easier to go and kill. So we'll see what we can do in this direction. Yeah, you see, we flourish with every shipment that we send you. Look at that. Oh, another flood though. This tile's getting good. It just wipe a population off Rome there. But we'll forgive that. We'll forgive that. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluk 79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!